Good morning. Welcome to HD Woodson STEM High School. My name is Danielle Rogers, and I am now officially a senior here at HD Woodson. My task here today is to introduce our wonderful mayor of District of Columbia, Muriel Bowser. Please give her a warm welcome as she comes.
Thank you very much. Well, good morning, everybody. It is wonderful to be here at the fantastic HD Woodson High School. Let's hear it for our students and our faculty and staff here at HD. And Danielle, I want to thank you for being here bright and early this morning to provide me a kind introduction. This happens to be one of my favorite days of the year when school begins. And so we spent this morning all over the District of Columbia reminding everybody who's driving to work and their daily activities that school's back in session. People should look out for our students who are walking to school, who are getting on the bus and are traveling to get here. So we're reminding everybody to slow down. It can wait. Pay attention. Don't be distracted, and everybody will get where they're going safely. Our staff at the Chancellor's office at DCPS, our staff at the Department of General Services, our staff in the Deputy Mayor for Education's office, and the State Superintendent, I would say have spent the summer, but really they spend all year planning for the start of the next school year. So our children have engaging programs, beautiful buildings, and great opportunities to come back to on August the 24th. It used to be when I was in school, we always started after Labor Day. I am so glad we start in August now, because just think about all that extra learning that we're getting, and the summer's too long anyway, right? Right, students? So let me acknowledge and thank Chancellor Kaya Henderson for her great work in getting us ready for this school year. Give Chancellor Henderson a big round of applause. I also want to acknowledge our new State Superintendent for Education, Hanseul Kang. Let's give her a big round of applause. You may have seen a write-up over the weekend in the Washington Post about Hanseul. I know she probably hated every minute of being interviewed, but I'm glad that the Post did that, because it describes why we recruited Hanseul and why we are looking forward to a long partnership with her in leading our state office of education. Principal Slade, thank you for your leadership here at HD. And we're looking forward to great things from you, and especially to supporting you this year. Now, the Chancellor told me that there are some really good numbers at HD, but more than that, there's some really fantastic kids here. And we have just tremendous expectations for you. We're looking forward to big things. Now, I had a couple minutes to spend with Danielle before she got started. So she's a senior. She has her plan for her senior year. She has her plan for college, and more than that, she has some entrepreneurial dreams that can really serve our community as well. And so we want to continue to foster that spirit right here at HD. So attendance up, graduation rates up, and a national placer in a STEM contest. So when we talk about our STEM high school, it is important that we talk about how HD is not only recognized in this community, but recognized in our nation as a school that's focused on STEM. We know, and the Chancellor talks about all the time, and I do every chance I get, all of the jobs in America that go unfilled that are related to STEM. And that shouldn't be, should it? We should be able to fill American jobs with our students because they have been focused on science, engineering, and math. And that's why we are here. And I know that the Chancellor is going to talk more as we move along about something else that's very important, how we connect your high school education to the STEM jobs of the future. So today we are launching 2 new career academies here at HD that will begin in the 2016 and the 2017 school year. These academies will prepare students for careers in IT and in engineering. Now, part of what I do as mayor is I get to come to great schools like this and to lead the agenda for the city. But part of my job is also being manager of the government. And we have 30,000 employees. And a lot of what we do just to be able to make the city run involves knowing IT and engineering. And there are a lot of jobs, good paying jobs in IT and engineering. And I want some mayor in the future, maybe even me, to say that I can fill the DC government jobs related to IT and engineering with DC residents. And you can help me get there. That's a good thing. So we have the right leaders. I want to thank the Chancellor and her team in being so focused on academies. We announced, I guess it was earlier in the year, another academy that's going to start at Anacostia. We know about the academy at Ballou, and these 2 new academies here at HD are going to take us a long way. Now, I'm the manager. I get to lead the city, but I'm also kind of focused on transportation issues as well. And so I hope a lot of you can walk to school. Who can walk to school? Okay. Anybody catch the bus to school? Okay. Catch the train to school? Okay, so you all know already then about the Kids Ride Free on the bus. So you have your DC1 card. We have all of the new information. We want to make sure everybody is taking advantage of it. So we believe that nobody should have to pay to go to school. And their DC1 card will allow you to get there on time. And you all have your responsibilities too, don't you? Our responsibility, principal, is to make sure the school's ready, the teachers have what they need. We have a great engaging program, and your job is school, right? That's your job. Your job is school. To get here on time, to follow the rules, to try hard, and to challenge yourselves every step of the way. And we know that you have great opportunities here at HD. So I'm going to ask the Chancellor of Schools, and I know it's her favorite day of the year, to come up and lead the rest of the program. And I also want to acknowledge that we've been joined by the Deputy Mayor for Greater Economic Opportunity, whose focus is really on making sure that we have equal investment across our city in schools and workforce training and supporting small businesses and economic development. Her name is Courtney Snowden, and she lives in Ward 7. And the Deputy Mayor for Education, Jennifer Niles, who has joined us as well. But Chancellor, I'm going to turn the program over to you.
Thank you. Happy New Year. I want to thank the mayor for being here with us today, and thank all of you for coming out on what is my absolute favorite day of the year. You know, at Christmas time you hear, it's the most wonderful time of the year. This is the most wonderful time of the year for us at DCPS, and we're excited to welcome you here to HD Woodson. We chose HD Woodson because HD Woodson, I think, is emblematic of DC public schools. Lots of people count HD Woodson out. Lots of people have no idea about the amazing things going on at HD Woodson. Lots of people don't know that enrollment is up at HD Woodson by 2%. Just like enrollment is up at DCPS. Over the past 4 years, we've increased our enrollment by 10%. We have a goal at DCPS where student satisfaction should be at 90% by 2017. And I'm pleased to say that just like HD Woodson, which is actually outpacing the district, students are satisfied. 84% of students like their school. Right? This is a place where, for DCPS, graduation rates are up, and that's a huge indicator of us doing a better job of preparing our young people for college and career and success. And here at HD Woodson, graduation rates have climbed 15% in the last year alone. So What I love about leading DCPS, and this is my 5th year as chancellor, is that people sleep on us, but we overperform all the time. And that's what's happening right here at HD Woodson. People are sleeping on Woodson, but these students are overperforming. And shortly, people will figure it out. And this place is going to be jam-packed, just like DCPS is jam-packed. And part of it is because we have exciting new programming across the district and here at HD Woodson. I want to start by highlighting the career academies that we are excited to announce will open here at HD Woodson next school year. Today, over 700 DCPS students are enrolled in 8 National Academy Foundation career academies across DCPS. They're taking academic courses, they're doing job shadows, and they have internships in fields like engineering, IT, and hospitality. Why? Because those are the high wage, high growth jobs in our metropolitan area. And as the mayor said, we want our young people to graduate and be able to take our jobs. We don't want other people coming to take our jobs. We want our students to take our jobs and be able to support their families and live their dreams, like Danielle, who wants to, after she finishes the University of Miami, majoring in education and a minoring in business, Danielle wants to be a 2nd grade teacher and open her own daycare center. Now, yeah, give that a hand. When our students are running our educational institutions in the city and are their own business owners, then we will have been successful. Not just Danielle, but every single young person sitting in this room and every single young person in DC public schools. We can't do this kind of innovative career preparation without industry partners. And one of the industry partners that I'm really pleased to thank this morning is the Department of Energy and the Environment. It's another city agency. In fact, they live right downstairs from DCPS in the same building. But we've partnered on making sure that the Engineering Academy here at Woodson will have a focus on renewable energy. Why? Because those are the careers that are coming. You see more and more solar panels. You see the mayor has introduced an innovative energy pilot around wind energy. And we want, again, our young people to be prepared for those sustainability careers. And we want our young people to be prepared for the renewable energy jobs that are coming up. In addition, we have a lot of other exciting things happening here at Woodson and again across DCPS. We have new AP opportunities. In fact, we'll offer more AP courses across the district this year than ever before. Every single high school will offer at least 6 AP courses, and most are offering more. Now, we already have the highest AP participation rate in the country, but we're not going to stop there. We also want to have higher pass scores, and we want to make sure that our young people have the opportunity to take college courses while they are in high school. We're also launching more than 90 new elective classes this year in our high schools. Classes like debate and ceramics, philosophy and African American literature, cinematic arts, choir, and journalism. Why? Because it's not just enough to teach their heads, we also have to teach their hearts. We have to help our young people develop their passion, and where better to do that than in schools? And because we're offering all of these new courses, we actually have hired more new teachers than we have in a really long time. We usually hire about 500 new teachers a year. This year, we've hired 750 new teachers. And while the country is struggling with a teacher shortage, we've had absolutely no problem recruiting these new teachers. Why? Because they want to be part of the winningest team in urban education in the country. And also because we pay the highest first-year teacher salary in the country. And they want to be down, and so we're happy to have them. We also have, starting this year, and at our targeted 40 high schools, including HD Woodson, we're providing funding to send 200 young people on college tours. Students will learn about financial aid, they'll learn about the college application process, and we want to help them make smart choices. Finally, I think what I'm super most excited about is not just the career academies, but the linkages to jobs. So this summer, we had more than 400 young people in internships. A quarter of them were paid for through our summer youth employment funds. And we're working with the Deputy Mayor for greater economic opportunity to ensure that as many of our young people as are possible can take advantage of internships, not paid internships, not just over the summer, but through the school year. And so stay tuned as we link our young people, what they're doing right now in school, to paid jobs. People ask me, what are you going to do about the violence in communities? And I can't stop the violence in communities, but I can if I engage young people and I give them jobs and give them opportunity. I can make their ability to be here with us in school and doing productive things higher than their ability to be out on the streets. And so that's our commitment to you, young people. We don't want you to be frustrated. We don't want you to be hopeless. We want you to see opportunity. We will create that opportunity for you, and we'll give you the preparation to provide yourselves and your families with the kind of life that we all wish for you and that we all know that you can achieve. So welcome to the first day of what will be the best school year in DCPS ever. And join me in welcoming Deputy Mayor Snowden, who is the Deputy Mayor for Greater Economic Opportunity and a great DCPS partner.
And Greg. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much, Mayor Bowser and Chancellor Henderson, who I'm very lucky to also call a very good friend. I, like our mayor and the Chancellor, am so excited to be here with you today. As the mayor said, I'm a Ward 7 resident. I live just 4 minutes away from here, right? Right, Councilwoman? And today is so special for me for so many reasons. One, I dropped my son off at a DC public school this morning, which was very exciting. And because I'm a DCPS graduate, I know the power of the District of Columbia Public Schools. I'm thrilled that we're announcing some new additions to your school that will strengthen the day-to-day learning and pave the way for the bright future that I know is before all of you. Just a few months ago, Mayor Bowser appointed me as Deputy Mayor for Greater Economic Opportunity. And now, every single human being in the city asks me, well, what exactly does that mean? Well, we're working to rebuild, revitalize, reengage, and reinvigorate communities that are overlooked and underserved, particularly those in Ward 7 and Ward 8 where we sit right now. These communities have seen an opportunity gap, right? They've seen prosperity not come in a way that it's come to other wards in the city. And with Mayor Bowser's leadership and me working closely with her, I hope, we know that we'll be able to close the gap that exists. This was a visionary position because through economic opportunity for all district residents, as the Chancellor said, we'll be able to put an end to a fair amount of the violence that is happening in the city, and more importantly, put our young people on the pathway to the middle class. We want to ensure that every single resident, and particularly our young people, have the space to dream. And it's programs like this at HD Woodson and DCPS throughout the city that are going to help allow our young people to have that space to dream. Now, as Deputy Mayor, I'm focused on getting our residents back to work through jumpstarting job growth and encouraging small business development, but also by improving workforce training and development. And this partnership that we have with DCPS is going to help get us there. When it comes to training, we've got to focus on preparing our district residents for the jobs of today and the jobs of tomorrow. And that's exactly what's happening right here today. IT and engineering are two areas with huge potential growth, and we know they will continue to grow. My brother and sister are both engineers, they'll tell you that. These are true 21st century skills that will set you up for success for now and for college and beyond. I wish each and every one of you the absolute best of luck in the future and look forward to watching you cross the stage shortly. Thank you so much for your time, and I got to say, I'm just so proud to be here with you all today, and I wish you knew just how proud we are of all of you.
We have a very special guest. She's not a guest. She's home. But we have a special guest with us today, and that is the Councilwoman from Ward 7, Yvette Alexander. And I'd like to ask Councilwoman Alexander to come and share a few thoughts. Happy first day of school.
That's right. Good morning, Mayor Bowser. And Principal Slade, good morning. Let's give him another round of applause, especially the students. It is such a great pleasure to represent Ward 7, and I'm so excited. I'm excited about HD Woodson. I'm excited about the students. I know you're going to have a great school year. And, when this school opened, because I remember the old Tower of Power back in my day, And I remember the great programs that they had. I did not attend Woodson. I actually attended Wilson High School. But I am a graduate of DCPS. I'm still going to claim it, but not in my ward. And that kind of bothered me. But what I was so excited about when this new school opened, I said, wow, it's a great building. It looks good. The classrooms are state of the art. But what I was concerned with were the programs inside the school, what the students wanted, if they could excel. So I'm excited to learn that, yes, you can. Yes, you can excel. I want to thank the mayor because of this summer. With my interns that I actually had in my office and in previous years, we've expanded that opportunity. And I made sure that my interns not only got a paycheck, earned a paycheck, but that it was meaningful. And I know the instructors and the principal here don't want you to just graduate from high school and just to pass through. They want your learning years to be meaningful for you. And that's why we're announcing all these great programs for you to take advantage of. We know it's tough. We were once kids, but we weren't kids in 2015. So we know what the challenges are, or we can't imagine actually what some of your challenges are now as you grow up in 2015. But we want to talk to you, we want to listen to you, and we hope that we have addressed some of the concerns that you have by offering you some of the great things that we've offered you this summer and during this school year. We want you so much to succeed because you are our future. You are the leaders. You are going to be sitting in these chairs, not us. I'm going to be in a rocking chair knitting. That's what I'm going to be doing. But you guys are going to fill our shoes. So we want to equip you with everything you need. Have a great school year. I mean, you can't help but have a great school year with all these great people here to support you. You can't help. I'm seeing smiles on your faces. I know it's the first day. I know the summer's still in your mind, but let's buckle down. Let's get the work done. We'll do our part, but you have to do your part too. So have a great school year, and thank you, Chancellor Henderson. This is an energy team up here. They are energized. I can't help but be energized. Technically, I'm still on recess. The council, I should be on a beach somewhere, but I'm right here where I need to be. So have a great school year. Young ladies and young men, you are our future. Make it happen. We're counting on you. Thank you.
I say all the time that I have the best team in the country. I'd put my educators up against any other group in the country because I think that they are better than every other group in the country. And as you all know, leadership matters. I'm really pleased to introduce our next speaker because he's the leader of this house right here. He is the person who is raising graduation rates, attracting families to HD Woodson, and giving our young people an incredible day-to-day experience. Slade is a DCPS warrior. He's been in the district for about a boogajazillion years, but and he's been at quite a few schools, but his commitment to Ward 7 and to the students of DCPS is unmatched. I would put my kids, if we lived in a neighborhood, and I had a high schooler, I'd put my kid at HD Woodson in a minute under his leadership. People underestimate him because he's quiet, but still waters run deep. Join me in welcoming Darren Slade, Dr. Darren Slade, the principal of HD Woodson.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay, people always come to me and say, Mr. Slade, how are you doing such great things at HD Woodson? I say, it's not me, it's the wonderful students that we have and the hard working staff. And I know I'm biased when I said I think we have some of the best students and staff members in the country, not just the district. And I'm one of those types that talk is cheap. If you look at our numbers, it speaks for itself. So I want to just publicly commend our students and our staff here for their hard work. If you look at our numbers over the last 2 years, and I'm a student of education, if you look at our numbers over the last 2 years, they've just incredible numbers, almost 20% increase in graduation rate, record-breaking numbers at every grade level for GPA, most reduced suspension rate in the city secondary schools, and what I'm most proud of also, best sports program in the city, football championships, basketball championships, back-to-back, and again, that's not me. That's the hard work of the students and the staff. And I always like to publicly look out for those folks, because sometimes those folks, your teachers and stuff, are not recognized. But it's my job to say that. I've been in D.C., as Chancellor Henderson said, for 14 years as a principal. And I know it may not be politically correct to say this, but there have been some major, dramatic, incredible changes in the district under Chancellor Henderson's leadership. If you look at our numbers across the board, enrollment numbers, unprecedented. I remember it was a time when we would start school every year. I was a principal. We would start the school every year with vacancies. Now our vacancies are filled, like right as soon as summer starts, our vacancies are filled. We would start the year with we would have hundreds of students in our main office registering in the first day of school. You don't see that now because we're 85% enrolled already first day. Never happened before in DC since I've been in DC. So I just want to publicly give Chancellor Henderson a hand for that. Also, I'm coming from a district years ago where we didn't have any resources. Matter of fact, we had an old building, school was right on the sidewalk. We didn't have any grass, we didn't have a field. So for me to work in a system where you have all these resources provided for you for free, like I didn't even ask for the NAEF program. They just came to me and say, do you want to have the NAEF program in your building? Of course. Anything to help our students do well. So I want to thank you, Mayor, for making sure that happened. We have a great STEM program, and that was the hard work also, the administration also. I want to publicly thank our PTA president, Ms. Gant. She helped that happened also last year. Our STEM program also is nationally recognized. So again, it's just proud for me to stand in front of you as a principal in DCPS. That's why I've been here for so long. Like Chancellor Henderson said, it's nowhere else I really want to work at this time. It's kind of hard for me to sit here while it's the first day of school, so I'm going to close out. But again, we look forward to doing great things. And again, it's not just Woodson, it's all the high schools and all the public secondary and elementary schools in DCPS are doing well. So again, it's an honor to be here, and I thank all our business partners, because you provide a tremendous amount of support to us also. Thanks again.
I always say we are DCPS and we can do this, but we can't do it by ourselves. And so I just wanted to say thank you to a few of our business partners, our industry advisory partners, who have helped make this work possible. Marulis Williams, who is the chairman of our IT Industry Advisory Board and CEO of Limbic Systems. Are you here? Good to see you. Kirk Smallwood, Vice Chair of the IT Industry Advisory Board and Senior Director of CompTIA. Nice to see you. And Brian Hanlon, who is now the Vice President of DC Operations for Skanska USA, but who is the previous head of the Department of General Services, and for whom we share a whole lot of first day of school karma. Welcome, Brian, and good to see you. So I'm going to ask the mayor to join me if the press has questions, but I hope that you feel the energy that is happening in DCPS as we open the new school year. Come visit any of our schools. Don't listen to what you hear. Come see and touch it for yourself. Talk to these amazing students after we finish and hear what they're doing this year and their plans for beyond. We have, as Dr. Slade said, some of the best students in the country sitting right here, and I hope that you get to meet them, and then you'll understand why we work so hard to do what we do all day, every day for them. Thank you. Questions? Does somebody want to? Oh, yeah. Can somebody come run this? Because I don't do the press conferencey things like this. Go ahead.
I actually had a question about the spike in gun violence this year, and I wanted to ask, since you were both together, Mayor, if you've seen any sort of relationship between, young people getting back to school, and if that could have a better impact on what's been happening, or if there's any connection at all between the summer break and the spike in gun violence. And also for the Chancellor, is there any programs or anything that you guys have in place to work with communities that have been impacted by gun violence this year?
Sure. So let me start by saying this. Our kids are energetic and happy to come back to school, to focus on learning. We have all the resources of our government and neighborhoods across the District of Columbia to make neighborhoods safer. So we always put in a big effort during the summer months, not because necessarily kids are out of school, but there are a lot of reasons why we need more police presence during the summer. We also spend a lot of time, as the Councilwoman mentioned, making sure that our children have engaging opportunities during the summer months. That's why it was so important for me not only to invest in the Summer Youth Employment Program, but to expand the Summer Youth Employment Program up to young people up to the age of 24. So we will continue to look for, I think you heard the Chancellor and the Deputy Mayor say, and I heard them loud and clear, that we want more year-round opportunities for kids as well. So presently, we are looking to engage more community organizations in our entire human services apparatus, to include mental health services, to include our human services agencies, to make sure that communities who have experienced trauma this summer are getting the help that they need.
I'll just add to that and say, my grandmother used to say the idle mind is the playground of the devil, right? And if kids are busy and engaged, then they don't have the time or the opportunity to do some of the negative behaviors. And so I'm really proud that we've invested in extended day programs. And so many of our schools will see longer school days and more opportunities at our high schools. Amen to that. And in fact, we're piloting this year a year-round school at Raymond Education Campus that, if that goes successfully, our plan is to actually expand to more year-round buildings. We also, I'm really pleased to say that in our high schools, hired 14 athletic and extracurricular coordinators whose whole entire job is to get more and more of our young people engaged in athletics and in extracurriculars. Again, we've invested in these teachers who can do all of these exciting things, and we saw last year a 30% increase in athletics participation across DCPS. We want to continue to push that number because we know when our young people are engaged as athletes, or when they're working on the student yearbook after school, or when they're tutoring young people after school, again, their opportunities to be in trouble are decreased. So we also have an amazing partnership with the Metropolitan Police Department, the Department of Parks and Rec, and we work with communities to figure out how we can support them. We'll continue to do that over the year. I'll finally add that our principals and our school staff are some of our frontline people in this endeavor. They go out, they walk the neighborhoods, they do home visits. They're trying to make sure that by working with community members, and some of them create safe passages to school for our young people along the way, we're all working together as a government and as a city to try to ensure our young people's safety.
And for any press that has further questions, please state your name and the media outlet you belong to, please.
See, that's why I don't do this.
Any further questions from the press? Community questions?
Student questions, yes.
How does it feel to be the mayor of District of Columbia, and how does it feel to run the school system?
I love my job. I have the best job in the country, honestly, because I get to serve amazing students. I get to work with a talented team of educators. I have the support of the entire city behind me, the mayor, all of the city agencies. They want us to do an amazing job. And so we get to be innovative and creative. We get to be hip and hot and exciting, and I love my job.
Great. The Chancellor thinks she has the best job in DC government. And I think she does too. I mean, really getting to come to work and serve students every day is why we all are here. The whole job of the government is to make sure that we expand opportunities so that young people can raise their families right here in Washington, D.C. I have the best job, I think, because I love being mayor. I was born and raised here like many of you. Grew up in a neighborhood not that much different than yours. And I can use my skills and talents and passions and the things that I love to make neighborhoods great. And I get to do that every single day. Sometimes it's hard being mayor. You have to make tough decisions. Sometimes things happen that you don't expect to happen, and you have to be able to adapt. But the lucky thing about being mayor at this time in our city's history is we have the resources. We're able to attract the best talent. You see how the chancellor said she could attract 750 people. I can attract people from all over the country to come to work for me because this is a city that gets things done. We rise to the challenge. We are creating more opportunity, and the sky is really the limit. So I love being mayor of my hometown.
And on that note, I'd like to say thank you. We have other schools to get to, and please make sure that you have the opportunity to talk to some of our awesome students here at HD Woodson. Thank you.